Trump's only been in office for 137 days, and it's been a long 4 years in this 137 days. And I'm about to take some time and just highlight some of the lowlights of this Trump administration. His regime and Trump himself have some actual predators. So we do know that Trump was found civilly liable for what he did to E. Jean Carroll, and she was just one of 27 people, 27 women who came with claims against Trump and his actual impropriety. Then we have Pete Hegseth, who was accused of rape out in California at a Republican convention. Then we have RFK, who was accused by a family babysitter of assault, but he said he had no memory of this. People just let it slide. And he cheated on his wife, and then his wife took her own life. Linda McMahon and the whole WWE are being sued because there were all kind of allegations of actual impropriety, and her ex-husband Vince McMahon, he's going through his whole thing as far as graping employees. Now, I'm not sure if his situation will disappear because Trump is president. That could happen, and maybe that's why Linda McMahon got this job. Now we have Elon Musk, and we know that he purchased this presidency. And on the day of the inauguration, he just let it all hang out. He let his white supremacy hang out and just threw up this schnozzy salute. Now, MAGA, they still supported him even after this and made all kind of excuses for him. And they were still supporting him and making excuses for this man when he came on stage of CPAC with a chainsaw, letting everybody know, I am about to cut funds from all of your safety nets, that we don't give a damn about poor people, elderly people, disabled people, veterans. We're going to cut funds here, there. We're going to fire a bunch of people. And they were still cheering until their jobs started getting slashed, until their funds started getting slashed. But still, he still has supporters at this particular juncture. And then there's Signalgate. I'm old enough to remember Hillary Clinton and those damn emails and how she was castigated for them because she was using her personal email at work. And then these people, they decided that they were going to use the messaging app Signal to talk military strategy, pulled in so many people from the administration, and they were literally talking over chat. They were not talking on encrypted government phones. No, they were talking on a messenger chat. They might as well have been FaceTiming, but they happened to bring Jeffrey Goldberg of The Atlantic, a writer, an editor-in-chief, into the Signal. They could have literally brought anybody in, anybody that could have sold our military secrets and sold our military out. But these people are so inept, and only one person, Waltz, was fired for this. Hegseth is still in his position. Now we have Kristi Noem, and she takes her job so unseriously that she wears costumes to work. She's literally cosplaying and then putting on a full face of makeup and going to work. That is how unserious these people are in this administration. Now we have Trump in this dang on meme coin, and this is highly unethical. He's literally selling access to himself, and he is not supposed to be making money off the presidency, but he's doing it. And who's going to check him? The Supreme Court is on his side and basically saying he has immunity. Congress is all toothless dogs who are basically his lap dogs and do whatever he wants. There's nobody to check him. So he's basically selling access and making all this money off of his meme coin, many times fleecing his own supporters. But they keep throwing their money at him. He's going to keep taking it. Now we have this situation with Laura Loomer and how she has so much access as a content creator and MAGA influencer. She basically does Twitter for a living, and she has the ear of MAGA. Now she's kind of getting on the nerves of the Trump insiders. They say that they are tired of the sway of Laura Loomer, but admit her political influence keeps rising from the dead. Just a quick note on this one. It says those close to Trump have reportedly grown irritated with Laura Loomer, the ultra-loyal Trump supporter whose apparent influence has led to the ousting of several administration officials. She's literally not even an employee, but telling Trump who to fire. In April, Loomer reportedly gave Trump a list of disloyal National Security Council staffers who were subsequently fired. In May, Loomer appeared to take some credit for pushing Trump to axe former National Security Advisor Mike Waltz of Signalgate. She was the one that finally pushed him to fire him. He should have been fired when it happened. Many of those people should have been fired, but she's the one that got him fired. Our country is supposed to have checks and balances. Our government is supposed to have checks and balances, but he's basically saying, I can do whatever I want. If the courts say I'm supposed to do X, Y, and Z, Trump says, who gonna check me, boo? And so basically people are like, is this a constitutional crisis? It's been a constitutional crisis, especially when the Supreme Court said that he has immunity and can do what he wants. And so he's been basically thumbing his nose at the Supreme Court and other courts as well. Now we're going to bring it back to Musk, the baby daddy. He's in all kind of political drama, and like nobody is acting like this is weird. He is one of the people who had the ear to Donald Trump. They're now falling out, but he's having all of these public beefs with his baby mamas. We know about 14 or 15 kids, the latest being this Ashley Sinclair, but he's fallen out also with Grimes because he's sitting up here carrying his kid, little Kevlar, on his neck. So he's sitting up here having baby mama drama in office. But what is wild is supposedly MAGA, these Christian conservatives, they're all for family, but he's out here spreading his baby batter like it's peanut butter on some bread, and nobody is finding this weird at all. We're also not going to forget when he showed up to the Oval Office really high off of Special K with a black eye. This is how unserious the Oval Office had begun. This was literally just last week that he was like really feeling something special. He was feeling good off that Special K. Then last week, the unconfirmed rumors of a Elon Musk, Stephen Miller, and Katie Miller throuple. Now, this was definitely a distraction last week. We were definitely all talking about this last week, how she was working in the White House, then all of a sudden left to go work with Musk once his job ended in the White House. So people were saying that there's all kind of things going on with these three. Last week, taco memes were flooding the internet. Trump is basically a joke. He's basically a joke at this point because of what he's doing with these tariffs. He puts the tariffs on, he takes the tariffs off, he puts the tariffs on, and then he shakes up the economy and the whole globe is all jacked up and we have no trade and then the shelves are about to be empty. So he is a taco because after he sees that the economy crashes or the markets crashes, then he pulls them off. That's why they are calling him taco. Trump always chickens out. He is the laughingstock. He has become a meme. So many memes going around. This one says, Trump, the art of the meal deal. I've also heard the shart of the meal or the shart of the deal. But basically what these tariffs have done is really wreck our economy. On top of wrecking our economy, it's wrecking tourism. And so what he's doing with putting these tariffs on, he's making sure that people's income goes less and less, like it doesn't go very far. At the same time, prices are raising. So it looks like he's not just trying to take us into a recession. He's trying to take us into a Great Depression, the biggest depression. He's trying to rival the likes of 1929, the Great Depression of 1929. That is literally what he's trying to do. After he put his tariffs on for Liberation Day, aka liberating people from their money, the global markets tumbled and basically we lost trillions of dollars in valuations from our markets. But that is basically what he did. He is destroying the economy. And then with all of the trade war and then the threats of annexation is saying to tourists, you're not welcome here. And then on top of that, the ICE detentions and threats to other countries. Other countries are saying, we are not coming to the United States, and I don't blame them. Do not come to the United States. Our country needs a timeout and does not deserve your money. And then we have to talk about the fallout of the taco felon and the deadbeat baby daddy. They are literally falling out on social media. And these are people that are supposed to be running the country, and they have just become laughing stocks, even bigger laughing stocks of the world. Blue Sky Post says, this is like Drake and Kendrick Lamar, but they're both Drake. I want to remind us all that people think that a woman is too emotional or hormonal to hold the job of presidency, where we have Tariff Man and Ketamine Guy going to battle in social media. So that is where we are, laughing stocks. And we're literally only 137 days into this administration. Thank you, MAGA, for voting in this mess. Thank you.
My billionaire daddies are fighting. Whoa, the big dogs are getting divorced. And they're going out loud, they're going out proud. It's $250 million buyer's remorse. My billionaire daddies are fighting. And I don't know how I should feel. Well, the custody, a little baby JD, still roll on over to Peter Thiel. My billionaire daddies are fighting. Yeah, it's something that you'd never expect. Turns out the enemy of your enemy ain't a friend, he's just a stepping stone over the left. But he'll be pointing his money pretty soon, I'll bet, at anybody over there who will take a check. These billionaire types are persistent. Yeah, they're used to getting what they want. And it may sound wild, they're a little entitled. Then again, I never walked a mile in their yacht. Now it's never been a problem before, but now that he's getting dismissed, the first buddy's concerned and thinks we all need to learn. The commander-in-chief's on Epstein's list. My billionaire daddies are fighting, and I wonder what'll happen next. First the man became meme, now in the final scene he's gonna need to put an E in front of the X.